Greetings, this is the Grumpy Old Slan, and today we're going to take a look at the third level Druid spells in Unearthed Arcana. As we can see from the list, there's a total of 16 spells, and of these, 4 are new, and these are the ones we're going to take a look at. The first spell is Cloudburst. It has a range of 1 inch per level. It has a casting time of 5 segments and a duration of 1 round. The area of effect is a 3-inch diameter cylinder up to 6 inches high. This spell is essentially the same as the third level clerical spell of the same name, with only the following special notations and additions. Lightning cannot be called by the use of a cloudburst spell, and call lightning spells cannot be used in the same area at the same time. Also, the druid must use mistletoe as an additional material component. As a reminder, this spell will basically cause most of what's in the given area to be drenched in water. It'll cause non-magical fires that are small to be extinguished. Magical fires can reignite if that's their nature. So the one odd thing is this addition about lightning that cannot be called by the use of a cloudburst spell. You could simply state that a cloudburst on its own is not enough to allow a call lightning spell to be used. I believe this restriction on the cloudburst could have been worded a little bit better. A cloudburst spell is not enough precipitation to invoke call lightning would be a better way to word it, since the way it's written, some rules liar might decide that, oh, but it is a cleric casting cloudburst and it doesn't have this special notation, and therefore I could use call lightning. So I think just saying it's not enough for a call lightning spell to be invoked would be a better way to word this. And I've already stated what I think of this spell when I was reviewing the third level cleric spells. You can go check out that video. I'll try to remember to put a link up in the corner somewhere. Next spell is No Alignment. It has a casting time of 5 segments and a duration of 5 rounds, and the area of effect is 1 creature per round. This spell is essentially the same as the second level clerical spell of the same name, except as noted above, and with the following additional difference. Because of the shorter duration, only 5 creatures maximum can be examined by this spell, and it cannot be reversed. I think it's good for the druids to help them remain neutral, to know the alignment of objects or creatures they encounter. Why these additional restrictions are there, it's unclear to me. No Alignment's a second level cleric spell. Here it's a third level. That's already a big extra hurdle to deal with. Why make it shorter in addition? I would tend to either move it to second level with the shorter duration, or give the full duration that clerics have and all the benefits that clerics have. Next we have Spike Growth. It has a duration of 3 to 12 turns plus 1 turn per level, and an area of effect of 10-foot square per level of caster. Basically 100 square feet per levels of the caster. This spell is essentially the same as the 4th level clerical spell of the same name, except as noted above, and with the following additional differences. The affected area will radiate an aura of magic, and a detect snares and pits spell will reveal the location of the spike growth. The druid must use mistletoe as a material component in place of the cleric's holy symbol, in addition to the 7 small twigs or thorns. So I've already said I like this spell. This really gives druids a lot of extra power, given that it's a third level spell, and so they can acquire it much earlier. Of course, it won't have quite as much area and quite as much duration at lower levels, but I think that's minor given that a 5th level druid can cast this as opposed to a 7th level cleric. Next we have Starshine. This has a range of 1 inch per level, a duration of 1 turn per level, and it again affects a 10-foot square per level of the caster. A Starshine spell enables the druid to softly illuminate an area as if it were exposed to a clear night sky filled with stars. Regardless of the height of the open area in which the spell is cast, the area immediately beneath it will be lit by Starshine. Vision will be clear at up to 30 feet, indistinct out to 60, and beyond that only gleams and glimmers will be discernible. The starshine allows shadows. It enhances ultravision to its full potential but does not affect infravision. The spell makes the area of effect actually appear to be a night sky, but disbelief of the illusion merely allows the disbeliever to note that the stars are actually evoked lights. The material components are several stalks from an amaryllis, especially hypoxis, and several holy berries. This could be an interesting spell if it lasted longer. So basically, in the daytime or in a lit area, it's entirely useless. You could argue that a light spell is the same. However, a light spell does have some offensive capabilities. This will basically allow you to see a little bit. I would rule that a creature that can easily hide itself has an advantage to hide in shadows for a thief or to any sort of camouflage or hiding for other creatures. How does it enhance ultravision to its full potential? What do they mean by that exactly? If it's dark and you're out at night, you have ultravision. It works. Indoors, you won't be able to see anything. So if you're indoors and you cast this spell, creatures will be able to use ultravision. So there's that benefit. It also doesn't last long, so you can't say, okay, we'll cast Starshine in the area surrounding the most likely approach our enemy will take, and this will help whoever's on watch to see them. It'll last an hour, maybe a little bit more than two for a very high level druid. That's it. If somebody can come up with an interesting and good use of this spell that was worth a third level spell slot, I'd appreciate knowing about it because I just don't see it. And that's it for the spells. A rather quick one because we've covered several of these before. And we can now do a quick recap. Cloudburst, of limited use but could be useful. The extra restriction, which makes sense. They didn't want to allow a druid to cast Cloudburst and then cast Call Lightning right after, but that restriction could have been better worded. No alignment, very weak spell for a third level spell. Shortening its duration makes it even weaker. If you have a cleric in your party and a druid, get the cleric to no alignment, and the druid can use a much more useful spell that's third level. Protection from fire, neutralizing poison, which is a fourth level spell if my memory serves for clerics. Or Spike Growth, the next spell. Great for dealing pursuers, great for protecting your campground, things like that. And the fact that it's a third level spell for druids but fourth level for clerics means that's what the cleric should take. Starshine I found rather useless, certainly not worth this third level spell slot when I consider all the other possible spells my druid character could pray for instead. This has been the Grumpy Old Slan, looking at third level druid spells in Unearthed Arcana, and I'll see you next time.